MK.
Really good zoning with these flying machines.
Yeah.
Scouting and zoning at the same time, and I think someone is playing a little too scared against these couple of gyros.
Yeah, I think he just wants two bats to be able to kill like 3 gyros, and then he can pick them up with the rest of the army, the remaining ones.
A player's force.
1 is seemingly not enough, but 2 should be fine, and now he can be more aggressive.
MK was power creeping though, along with the AM, getting the next big item. Staff of Silence. Oh my god, if you can hit all the Shaman at the same time, this would be amazing. Or also, against the TC, this is really good. But then again, if it's on the TC, that can easily be getting purged as well for the Dispel.
Infi for once lost vision of Soen, has to use the TP now. Is there a stun coming in? Nope. First, I was about to say detonate. No, it's not detonate. First,
so one rider lost to the Stormbolt. And Soen once again didn't want to commit to a fight. Of course, militia support is going to be very strong in the main base. Oh, the Bad Rider, boom!
Oh, the next one's gonna kill them. Oh, nicely done by Soen. And here we have it. Lightning Shield into Storm and Chain Lightning rattling through. Thank God he had a heal scroll. Otherwise, it would have been significant damage. He's going for it again. Staff of Silence, Dispel, Lightning Shield as well. Here comes the stun. Yeah, double Lightning once more with the shield and the Lightning Strike from the Farseer. This is looking good for Soen.
I think this is the way Blizzard intended this spell to be used. One big tank in the front with a Lightning Shield on top. It looks really killer. And the TC now hitting with all those kills, his level 4 as well. But at the same time, Soen losing plenty of his own units, dropping down to 43 supply now only. We have the human down at 41 as well. Pretty scrappy engagement here. Another Stomp coming in, but not too much follow-up damage anymore.
True, needs another Lightning Shield, but everything was silenced. As you said, when this item dropped, silence against the Shaman is really good.
MK would love some more Stormbolts here, but low on mana right now. TC falling back. This aura level 2 making these Shaman very quick. Alright, both players licking their wounds. 38 supply for the human against the 38 for Soen as well. Neck and neck, I guess we can say. But I would suggest that these human 0 do scale better moving into the later stages. But then again, Water Elementals, how heavily can you rely on them against the Shaman?
Kind of an interesting question what the army composition later will be, because Soen is switching it up. No Wyvern anymore, he's going Raiders. So Raider Shaman. This means the Rifleman will not be as effective anymore. So what's he going to do then? Also, the Gyrocopters are useless. He needs Sorks now. And the AoE scales very nicely for Soen. He has a level 4 TC, level 4 Farseer, and these level 3 upgrades on level 5 will be insane. Here we go again. Stomp, Lightning Shield, no Dispel this time.
Coming in now though with it, and actually the Water Elementals here at level 3 are really hard to dispel, and guess what? Silence still on the Shaman. Soen perhaps with a bit too eager of an engagement heading into this human main so far is not looking good for him, as he's gonna lose another grunt here possibly with the bash. He certainly will, and all this malicious support, and Infi seems to be taking charge of this game now.
Yeah, maybe
with a Stomp, Lightning Shield again. He's finding a few Footman kills, but these are only Footmen. They don't really matter too much. Stormbolt now onto him. He didn't have the Rune Braces anymore. He sold them earlier. TP has to be transferred. But he's safe. He's not dead just yet at 250 HP. No more Stomp to be used either. Chain Lightning finds one more kill, and then the TP out by Soen, but not before losing one more grunt.
Infi is so strong in these holes, and maybe Soen should realize this, that attacking into the human base is not the right thing to do, but rather expand? It sounds kind of weird, but maybe go for the bottom left.
Just to make sure, by the way, did you unmute yourself earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So basically all heroes are approaching level 5 here. I'm usually a massive fan of level 3 wolves, but we do have a lot of dispel against them, don't we? We also have flying machines. Flying machines give detection. Detection is very important against level 3 wolves. And of course, MK level 5. That is a no-brainer. That hero is amazing on level 5, but the TC is as well. Level 3 Stomp is, I think, the best level 3 spell in the game.
Oh, really? How much stun is it?
I may have mentioned this once or twice before.
Yeah, I heard
It's
about
an
that.
AoE stun for 5 seconds.
5 seconds AoE.
AoE stun, and I think the
Unbelievable.
cooldown is like 8 seconds or whatever. So it's like more than 50% uptime.
And you can't dispel it.
You can't even dispel it, Neo.
Wow.
Can't even dispel it. But of course, TC is a rather low mana hero. He would love to get some penance of energy. But honestly, the inventory is looking pretty slim here. Nothing on the Farseer. TC with only a Ring of Regen, Ring of Protection, and the Gauntlets. Whereas there's not even enough inventory space, it almost seems like, on Infi's side. Finding the Khadgar's Gem, which for the AM I guess isn't too bad. Or even the MK making him ultra tank. That would get him up to 1650 HP. Holy shit.
Expansion for Infi in the upper right. Will Soin scout and punish this? Is he in the position to scout and punish this? 50 supply for both, but as we saw, 5-5 heroes for Infi, 4-4 for Soin. He needs another creep spot.
Players' forces are under attack.
There's a creep camp right there. Or he could just purge a water elemental. That's also his level up. There is one Ellie ready. Oh, but this is looking like a little bottleneck that usually orcs don't like to go into too much. It's level 5 for the TC, but one raider is lost already. Fighting against Stormbolt level 3 without Spirit Link, man. Ooh, that's painful.
Okay, long distance mining starts, or the new Great Hall. Infi is ahead in bases, breaking upkeep now that he established this town hall and also towers.
Feels like Soin is pretty much all in, right? He has to like win a big fight very, very soon. Because the expansion is rolling now. And of course, mains are gonna expire. Soin, you need to get something done. He's gonna get level 5 Farseer here. I hope he goes Wolves. I think that's a much better spell, although we've been seeing more and more Chain Lightning recently.
It is Chain Lightning. I am an advocate of that. Don't like the Wolves too much against a high number of priests. We don't have a high number of priests, but all this clap. Beautiful. Again, the Lightning Shield. Dispelled. It's not unlimited mana. This stun wasn't nice. Stormbolt on the Farseer was great. Oh! He'll go to save him. He gets one more Chain Lightning out. There's 1,000 damage, but damage was done already as the Farseer falls. Now the TC has to do the heavy lifting all by himself. Mana is kind of low. He has a big AoE with that Lightning Shield, but it's just not doing enough damage. Raiders are falling. Grunts are falling. Everything dies for Soin, down to 30 supply in a second.
Yeah, this MK is winning this game. This MK is winning this game. GG. And Infi comes back with a 1-1.
We go full distance in this best of 3. Infi was struggling a little bit against this Wyvern Shaman play, but held on. Soin was a little too eager to push into this base, and with malicious support, he was able to fight that back. Whew, that was a cool game, man. It started off pretty bad, to be honest. For Soin, but he got back into this. I mean, Infi had a level 3 Archmage, 2 minutes 30 in the game or so, like right away. And therefore, Soin made it close in the end, but high-level human heroes,
yeah,
always a pleasure to watch.
Fighting against a level 5 MK without Spirit Link or healing with Heal Wave is like, I don't know that that's doable. Like, it's close to impossible.
So map 3 about to be hosted. I wonder what's left. Could be Last Refuge.
Yeah, I could see that as well. Especially if Infi is fond of the MK, that's a good MK map as well.
Room was created. Invites are coming. We will have the answer very soon.
Yeah, and the no sorceress plays made a lot of sense there, though. Like, you were never going to have enough sorceresses to slow up everything anyways. So just rifles and priests. Interesting how they began in the matchup against undead, one base rifles priest, then against human, and now even against orcs we see them. Absolutely. With a few flying machines thrown in for good measure.
Last Refuge it is.
One day perhaps we're going to see rifles in the human mirror, Neo. Perhaps.
I doubt it, but okay.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Against MK and...
yeah, I wonder what has to change that's becoming viable. A lot, I guess.
Nerf breakers. Nerf breakers, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah. They're so strong. Nerf them.
Yeah, dude, like destroyers in the mirror, you know, nerf them so we don't see them anymore. We want night mirror, not breaker mirror.
Well, the knights get a buff.
Yep, true.
And especially with the new
I didn't even consider that. What's that upgrade called again?
Sun something.
Sundering blades, right?
Sundering blades, yes, exactly. That's gonna be very good against breakers.
Gonna be more accessible and better against breakers. That's actually okay. I like that. That's actually something I didn't consider before. Haven't seen Breaker Wars though in quite a while.
Oh, I've seen an awesome match of TH versus Infi on Northern Isles. It was such a tug of war.
And that was with Blizzard, right?
Yeah, exactly. They switched to Blizzard really, really early. It was such beautiful human mirror. So we're getting ready for map number 3. And the first decision in the H&W China versus Korea Masters. In case you haven't heard, 44,500 doleros in this one tournament.
At the last game, it looked like at one point Soin was in the lead and was close to closing this out. This would have been the big upset, the 0-2 from Infi's perspective. But Infi hunkered down, was able to hold it off on his base, in his base for a long time. Was there an opportunity at one point to transition? I think if that game goes too late, I really don't think you can beat the MK. Seriously. I think Grunts and Windriders, Shaman just don't hold on long enough or well enough against the MK.
Yeah, Clap and Stormbolt is becoming too good if there's mana. So maybe you have to snipe the Archmage more, but with the Katka's Gem, it's not that easy. Also, you don't have nukes, only AoE. It's very hard to do. I do agree that you have to close the game at some point. We've seen this in the games of Soin versus Chimiko as well. The longer the game goes, the better human becomes.
I think that's especially a downside of the Farseer, one of the hardest dropping off heroes in the game.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Pit Lord, I guess, unless you hit ultimate, I suppose. From Focus's side, we saw him utilizing that hero to great effect and closing out games early and not giving the human the chance to come to fruition in the late game with high-level heroes and 60-70 supply. But in our next game, Last Refuge, very unlikely to see a Farseer. This is like one of the prime Blade Master maps. Anything else would be a big surprise.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I have to ask Liquipedia. In the MTW Cup, was Soin playing Farseer here? Let me check. Oh, they didn't play Last Refuge. He played Farseer on all maps except Concealed, which is interesting, because Concealed is one of the best maps. But Infi, is it time for Mountain King first here, as he was so good late on Twisted?
I don't think so. Funny story though. On this map, Infi versus Lin in one, I don't know, some online cup, did play Mountain King first into Rifle Push Tier 2 and beat Lin with that, but that was a once in a lifetime kind of game. MK first against Orc, I think those days are over. The Melting Valley, fast expansion, turtle up, tech tier 3, Griffin kind of game. I think you romanticize that too much. Those games were boring as shit 80% of the time.
I was just giving you, a segue, trying to give you a segue to talk about that strategy a little. I kind of do agree. Archmage would be better in like 90% of the cases. It could be another Blood Mage game. That does work on Last Refuge, as well as it does on Echo Owls. Well, for Infi, it didn't work too well on Echo Owls, but you know what you mean.
It is much more difficult here, though. Usually you rely on the Shadow Priest early on, and you can theoretically get it here, but can you really creep the Merc camp without an AM? Very unrealistic. And if the Orc comes to greet you to harass, that's a nightmare right there. So I would expect the AM here, certainly. But this is Infi. A fast expansion may not be entirely impossible.
Right, once again we have a new sub. Thank you Nebu HSV for 33 months in a row. Not regretting 1 second. Thanks for your passion. Thanks for your contributions over the past years. We go into map 3. Last refuge it is. We're waiting for one more player to join, or one more observer to join. And then we have the first decision in Group A.
We have a bit of a join bug here.
You think? Oh, yes, I think so too.
Yeah, happens sometimes. Is the HSV still in the first division? Second division, I mean?
Yeah, second division. Even they're fighting very, very hard to ascend, but oh, no join bug. It starts.
Oh, wow.
They're struggling with the relegation even.
How the mighty have fallen.
The mighty, yes. Let's call them the mighty. Game up! So in Farseer Blade Master. This altar position to me indicates a Farseer.
Really? Why? Oh, right. He's not gonna go for harass right away.
Yeah.
Normally, I guess it depends on your preference on the Orc player, but usually the Orc opening here is Blade Master first into instant harass, no creeping at all, pick up the circlet, and then go towards the green camp, try to prevent level 2 AM. And if you're good enough to steal all the last hits, you even delay level 2, which is the AM Nightmare. You're going to be stuck on 450 HP without the aura, and you're struggling to find any kind of creep camps anywhere on the map. So yeah, this could be a Farseer here, actually. Could still be a Blade Master, though, going for a slower early game. Oh my god, Neo just blew his nose for like 15 seconds straight. How much stuff is in there, dude? It is a Blade Master.
You know I got a big nose. There's a lot of room for snot.
Lots of room.
No space for snot, indeed.
So much space for activities.
Blade Master it is, though. I was tricked. For activities? What kind of activities do you want to do with my nose?
That's a meme, yeah. That's
Okay.
a meme from Will Ferrell. You know Will Ferrell, right? The
Yes,
Anchorman
yes.
guy?
Yeah, I like him. He's a very good drummer.
Yeah, he's hilarious as well. But I feel like most of his movies are actually pretty dumb.
That's... Yeah.
Back in the day, though, I really did enjoy his humor.
Archmage versus Blade Master. I was hoping for a Farseer versus Blood Mage game, but not gonna happen. Standard here, as there's so much money on the line, and you really want to be top 2 in your group to ascend into the playoffs, because going top 8 grants you $1,500 already.
Furi to scout, trying to slow this down, possibly, but he can't slow down the Windwalk, going to the shop, getting the circlet. Grunt should be moving, yeah, exactly, away from the Blade Master, scouting the AM's movement. This could be the AM going south now towards the opposing natural, trying to confuse the Blade. And here we go. So this is always the struggle now. How do I get level 2? Blade Master going for the High Priest right away, does it well, not triggering the Inner Fire. And picking up Wand of Illusion. Okay, that's pretty nice.
Infi is not going through with the Murloc camp. There's poison on a few units here. Maybe a chance for the Blade Master to get the Nightcrawl. That would be big last hit for Soin. Or that Footman. Thanks for the end snare.
And this is always the early game issue for the human on this map. Mid game, late game, it's really good actually for MK second, getting him to creep up fairly safely, getting big items as well, and quick progress on the levels. But early game, it's always a headache. Blade Master's in your way, Grunts are there as well pretty soon. No level 2, no Militia creeping either, by the way. On many other maps, you'll be able to Militia creep simultaneously. A small camp here or there. AZ Echo Isles, for example. But here, it's all a little harder.
Are under attack.
Well, he is trying to Militia creep this, but Soin scouts it with an illusion. It's not too far away. With a Windwalk, he could reach that. Infi trying to go for the right lane. Cause some trouble somewhere, but he's not finding any openings, and now Blade Master gets this and getting another Footman here. Great opening for the Korean.
He's gonna custom a couple of Windwalks though. If he does want to get, he's gonna let the Footman go. Instead, wants to keep up the harass. Oh, Grunt could be getting ensnared here perhaps, walking into range of the Trapper. That's a little dangerous. Finally, level 2 for the AM. He gets it. But it took a while.
It's already low on mana. Only 80, now the mana regen kicks in. 2 Grunt should be able to hold this nicely. Infi is also supply stuck. Nice save, but wakes up the creeps. This footman dies.
Pretty cool though. Walking in behind the Murlocs, Blade Master couldn't reach. That's a nice touch. Hello! Thank you for the 2 months, as it says. Thank you guys. Our pleasure. Much appreciated. Alright, finally, there's some alone time being given to Infi as he creeps up a little bit more, takes out the Murlocs, with that getting closer to level 3, excuse me, but it's still not very close, honestly. Still pretty far away, and tier 2 is approaching. Ideally, you want to be level 3 on the AM as the MK comes out, so you can solo creep your second hero and get him up to high levels quickly. As we saw, MK in the late game is the boss of this matchup. And that is the hero choice once more.
Yeah, we go for Shadowhunter, Beastery, Totem. So back to Raider Walker. That was the strategy of success on Echo Isles against Infi's late expansion. This time his early was once again good, but not great, I think. Blade Master only level 2. Kind of needs level 3 to roam around. Double Arcane Sanctum for Infi with the Mountain King, as he said. Time to get level 3 on basically both sides.
Yep. And does that favor someone? I guess it might be, if we're just going to creep versus creep fest, it might be faster creeping for the human even, with Watch Elementals and especially militia support. If all 3 big camps around his main go towards Infi, the Merc, the Lab, and the Merchant. Oftentimes, earlier on, we'll see the Blade Master stealing the opposing Ogre Magi before the MK is out, but that was not attempted here by Soen. Continuously scouting is Infi. He's doing a really good job of this. Earlier was doing it with an illusion, now he's doing it with a footy. That may cost the footman's life, but the information he's providing is very valuable.
Yeah, so worth it. Now he knows that the entire army is hurt, and he even cancels the selves. So that footman life, absolutely worth it. Now Soen needs more time to heal up, can't be aggressive, and Infi can take some bigger creep spots now, take more risks if he wants to. But he's even pulling militia, so I guess it's the shop. And Soen wastes a lot of time running across the map to solo creep the Shadowhunter now.
Yeah, his movement doesn't seem to be the most efficient, right? To Merchant first and then the natural, so yeah, spending a lot of time just walking. MK gets the boots to be greeted with, and the first big consumable, which is the Greater Invul, which is like a perfect item for the Mountain King. Mountain King is gonna be tank #1 in the front lines, and with that is always gonna be exposed to a lot of hero kill potential, and that item's gonna help him.
We have not much damage on this Blade Master. It's only a circlet. They found a ring here. Abusing the AI now to get one of the biggest items on the map, but Infi is close.
Oh, he's scouting it with a footy once again. Yeah. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Is he gonna swing south now, abandon this camp? Yes, he is.
Uh-oh. The Blade Master is super low, and no heal wave level 2. What is it? Scourge Bone Chimes. Oh my god, what a blessing.
One grunt did fall already though, but that might be worth the Scourge Bone Chimes.
2 heal waves.
Gloves of Haste as well, not too bad for the Blade Master. Speaking of Gloves of Haste, by the way, shout out to Xander Dorn, who was putting in some effort to find out how Gloves of Haste really increase the damage. It's a lot less than 50%, by the way, it turns out. MK not level 3 yet. Does Infi still want to push forward? Militia duration, of course, over by now. And no, he's going to back it up.
He stole a lot of experience from that side with this push. He got the Murlocs, he's going to get the Gnolls now. There's not much to do for Soen on his side of the map.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the lab. There would have been the level 3 Shadowhunter very safely acquired. But nope, he's moving out instead. Looking for some stragglers here with the ensnares. He's got one more ready. These are only peasants, yes, but that means they can't be called to militia anymore. And Infi will give those up. Instead, it's gonna creep up more and more and more. With the MK at the red camp, that will be his level 3 and level 4. Massive level up for the human side.
Captain America helmet makes the Mountain King even more tanky and a little bit more damage as well, but that doesn't matter too much. Soen is blocking Infi's way home, so this is a town portal force before the creep jack. A little bit of experience here, but the only like spot for Soen is the upper left red. And I guess the laboratory in front of his base, but both of that is so far away.
It feels like Infi outmaneuvered him hard in this game. With that now, has the level advantage, has the more easily good camps left. He's got the lab here, then the Merc camp, and perhaps even the red after this. But I think someone is aiming for the red camp right now.
It's so cool how Infi got the advantage by better movement on the map.
Yeah, and good scouting.
And good scouting.
No invisibility yet on the sorceresses. Adept training is coming in now, and then invis footies could...
Yeah, the footmen are like, why don't you learn, sorceress? Can you please go to school and learn how to cast me invisible so I don't die all the time against the grunts while scouting?
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Infi is anticipating this move and coming in for the creep jack against the Ogre Lord. Probably not gonna be... He has to hex the Mountain King here to disable the Stormbolt. Did he get it with the clap?
Yep.
Oh my god. He Stormbolted the S8 so he couldn't get hexed and then gets the last hit with the clap. Holy shit, what a play.
That was pretty sick indeed. The item went to Soen, that was the Warsong Battle Drum, so 10% damage on everything. The remainder of this camp go to Infi though.
And you could see how afraid Soen was as well there for that creep jack. He went for the TP because he didn't feel ready to fight. He was ready to TP out of there and turned out to be a smart decision. And now we do have the invisible footy acting as a shade. Once again, seeing exactly what the Orc is doing.
He is in no position to fight. He has a level 3 Blade Master, he has a level 3 Shadow Hunter against what it's like 5.4 and level 4 Mountain Kings 2.5 levels ahead. 1,000 gold for Infi as well, who's not breaking upkeep, has the better economy for 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, looks like Infi, little by little, is getting ahead. So it has the bigger army right now, but it doesn't look like he wants to force a fight. Next big drop is the Belt of Giant Strength for the MK. Okay, baby. 1275 HP. Give me some manual of health right here. And let's go.
Yeah, 7 armor as well. Yeah, agility, more armor. And Breaker's coming into play now. Then he can go for Blizzard maybe on the Archmage later. Yeah, so in what to do now?
Almost the entire map is scrapped. We only have the turtle camps in the very, very corners of the map, which are always awkward to go for. Infi's still pretty rich. Man, Infi exploded into 65 supplies so quickly. He can go up to 70 here. Very, very soon.
Still has 400 gold. Still can go for items if he wants to. He only has 2 invulns. Well, and the health stone on the Mountain King. On the blade we have a heal scroll and an invul. No second heal scroll yet. 60 supply for Soen as well, who's mixing in Wyvern now for some damage. But this time we have a lot of slow in this army.
Yeah. And water elementals. No blizzard transition just yet. MK invisible, looking for the perfect clap. Hits one there onto 5 targets right away. Wind Riders flying in, but right into the water elementals. Full of speed, engagement. Blade Master going to the back lines, wants to take out this Berserker right away. He wants to get rid of the anti-air. The Wind Riders are supposed to do this, I guess. And they're sniping out the casters here to begin with. 1 sorceress down already. 2nd sorceress in the front and snare. That's another kill. That's level 4 now on the Blade Master. Wind Riders above the trees trying to abuse the terrain as best as they can. And another breaker in the front is gonna get chewed up here, but of course the longer the fight goes, the better it is for the human usually.
He's still... Oh, he used the heal scroll already. I thought he held on to it. So yeah, slowly but steady, Soen is gonna bleed dry if Infi plays this correctly. But this was a way better start for Soen than I imagined. Losing 1 raider now, but escapes with a speed scroll. Still 66 supply against 58. And chooses the right timing to disengage here, to lick his wounds, to heal up. Oh, but that could be 3 kills, 2 kills maybe? Not getting one of them as the Mountain King is too far away. Almost dry as well on mana.
I must agree with you there. There was a really nice engagement by Soen, utilizing those Wind Riders well above the trees.
Again.
5 Wind Riders now. That's a lot of focused fire potential against these casters.
Big claps coming in once more. The front line is dwindling and dying very soon. Everything is at half HP. Once again, he tried to abuse the terrain with the high ground here, but can't really get the damage in. Now the backline is exposed. Level 5 on the Archmage though. In this cast.
Cooldown for the time being. Berserker taken out. Wind Riders flying forward. There's basically no anti-air here, but the ground is being dominated by Infi. There's no question about this with so many breakers and the big boy, the MK in the front line. Now using the Stormbolt against one of those Wind Riders. Down to 4 now only. And now we have the Water Torrents coming in. Yeah, he has to devour this. Gets it on the Kodo, but the Kodo very far forward. In a bit of danger of dying as well. And these Wind Riders, man, they're finding kill after kill.
There's almost no sorcerers anymore. There's almost no slow anymore. There's 1 remaining. This is absolutely insane. Mountain King with an Invul Potion now. Can the Wyvern do it? They fly past the front line. The breakers can't do anything to them. Soen's Wyvern Micro, really, really good. And this laboratory high ground might save him the game.
These late game Wind Riders once again looking very strong. They only came into the meta recently, really, that we see quite a high number of them, as the MKs go mostly for clap nowadays. But here comes the Water Elemental again. That's going to be a big help against these Wind Riders. And he can't devour that one. The first one is still in the stomach. He doesn't have the Dispel anymore against this. And with that, suddenly there's an answer to these Wind Riders. AM very far forward, in a bit of danger, getting blocked now as well. Has to go for the invul.
Speed scroll out to get a little bit of mana, I guess, on the Shadow Hunter. No mana potion, no clarity running. Infi. It looked kind of dire, yet no support in the back anymore, except like 2 priests and 1 sword. But he made it work with those level 3 Water Elementals. That's a really big deal. 1 is okay, he can deal with 1. But what about the others?
And this game is still up for grabs here. Both invuls, by the way, gone in the human heroes. This is really scary.
Yeah, that's weird.
And the AM down to kind of low HP as well. I'd like to see some HP given over to him. Give him the belt or something, perhaps.
Another fight.
Yeah, ready for the next engagement.
Again,
focus fire. 2 volleys for a caster.
Again, prioritizing the sorceress heavily. Mana situation on the Shadow Hunter isn't too great. Level 5 on the Blade Master now. Way higher crits. That makes it easier to deal with the breakers in front. Wyvern, they are just dominating this. Kodo Beast has eaten the Water Elemental once again, but there's another one.
Slow speed is over now, though, and there's actually slow on everything. The sorcerers are gone now, but the slows were applied, and the Kodo falls, the Water Elemental comes back. One of them now still here getting disenchanted, however. That one's gone as well, and the Wind Rider's still all alive. Dude, this Wyvern Micro is really, really good by Soen.
He needs this level 5 SH, though, I feel. Lots of kills from these peasants, and we're approaching level 5 Mountain King.
Now gets another priest right there. Oh, but all these Wind Riders now in a world of trouble. Hopefully there's no reveal, is what he's praying to himself right now.
They are out of the next fight. Infi is pushing into the 2-1 victory, maybe. So in trying to reconnect with his army, scouting for an expansion, there is none. Main gold mines, 1,800 remaining. Blacksmith coming for Infi now. Not that easy to kill the burrows here, but with all that normal damage, doable. Heal scroll and invul. Is he going for a base race scenario now without a single raider?
There's reinforced defenses, so it's a lot harder actually, to take out these burrows. And Soen feeling he can take a fight. Okay. Goes for the counterattack. No towers in the main. This is easy kills on everything in here, basically. There's a TP on the human side, and that will be forced.
3 sorcerers in the back as well, slowing down the Wyvern already, forcing a Dispel. Infi did not use his whole army, leaving a few breakers behind. Does Soen realize this?
Yeah, he must. Was that intentional? Probably not, right?
I don't know. Oh, 2 Water Elementals here. One is about to expire. Gets the Dispel on both of them, but the Wyvern are falling. Level 5 for the Mountain King, level 5 for the Shadow Hunter to out-heal it as well.
Cast a level 3 Stormbolt here as it seems. So much more healing from the Shadowhunter. He's basically full mana. Scroll of Speed aggressively being used now, moving forward against these casters. The Breakers are really missing in this engagement. They're finally returning back home, but it's a little bit late. One more Walker to fall. Only a single Walker is left, and now Slow is upon everything, and the Water Elementals can't be getting dispelled anymore. Mountain King with quite a bit of mana still left to use as well. And one more Windrider will fall. So, and dropping down to 40 supply only. Has plenty of gold, though. Looks like a so-called game right now. Yes. Almost 1k at 40.
Eliminating the Gyrocopters immediately. The Breakers are coming back. So is the Kodo Beast for the damage aura. Soin is retreating. What a game. What a tug of war. Infi gets almost a surround on this grunt. Every kill counts now. He's approaching level 6 with the Archmage, and that will be GG most likely, as how you can deal with mass teleport on a big map like this. Main gold mines down to 700. Speaking of gold, okay, no time for that. We get another kill on the Kodo Beast. That means the Breaker, no, the heal wave is there. So the Breaker dies in the stomach. But malicious support, Soin can't fight this.
Breaker does come back. The Slow is just lasting too long. No Scroll of Speed there anymore. Breaker saved, barely.
Oh, the Gyros can chase the Wyvern now. He finally has a solution to this terrain abuse of the Wyvern. He had no anti-air before. This is a kill again. I think Infi slowly but steady takes this. No! Dispel and heal wave. This level 5 SH, man. Close to level 6 Blade Master. And then he has a solution to Breakers. I mean, they are magic immune, but ultimates go through that.
With good splitting, though, which Infi is capable of.
Yeah, he did that insanely well on Twisted.
Exactly. I think that's something we actually didn't comment on enough. How he split against the TC there was actually outstanding.
Speaking of not commenting on something, we have a big donation. Thank you very much, MSILHS, for the 20 euros. Here's some money to buy your own scrambled egg. Can't send more photos, ain't it all. Keep up with the great work. He sent us a photo on Twitter, how he prepared his scrambled eggs while watching our broadcast, as it is early hours here. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your eggs.
So we are, what is it, 21 minutes, 21 and a half minutes, I think it is usually, into the game, which means main gold mines are expired. No more income aside from a little bit of long distance mining. And this is always a big advantage for the human. Human has free recovery with the healing from the priests and the mana aura from the AM. Whereas the orc usually relies on heal salves and clarities. And those are gonna be very rare right now. Soin seems to be on the clock. Trading should be going in Infi's favor, and he gets the first pick off here for free again.
Heal scroll. The consumables go to Soin. He seems confident now. Speed scroll engagement. How can he deal with the Gyrocopters? Will he go to level 6 for the Blade Storm? Shadowhunter far in the back. Could be attacked by Breakers to burn his mana. I don't think it's a good position for him here. Wyvern are falling, but he takes out the Gyros fast enough. Shadowhunter catches the Stormbolt, and now he's getting burned by the Breakers' feedback.
Here comes the heal wave, but the next Stormbolt could be his end. However, there's not enough
level
mana for that at the moment.
Blade Storm! Insane damage! Could be a quad kill. Infi is splitting, but everything is low. He got like 5 kills with this.
Stormbolt, focus. SH will not be making it out of this one. There's level 6 for the AM as well. But with the second hero dead, this must be the end for Soin, as he's starting to lose everything else as well. Rated down, grunt down, and a walker for good measure. MK actually getting close to his own level 6, and that's the GG, and Infi will fight his way back in this series.
What a strong performance by Soin, but this is exactly what makes Infi so strong. Rarely any mistakes in this long, worn out